Construction for the city of Chicago. I'm here to talk about some of the programs and bid incentives that the city of Chicago has, specifically for small business construction, mid-sized business construction, and some of the incentives within the programs, like the equal employment opportunity, and the apprentice utilization bid preferences. If you could jump to the next slide, please. So to start off, the Small Business Initiative for Construction, what is it, right? What is a program? It's a program that's designed to encourage small businesses to participate in city-funded contracts, construction-based, with a total cost of under $3 million. There are some key points to these types of contracts. Small local meaning within the 6 county areas, businesses, and it's exclusive for those small businesses for bidding purposes. We do have 2 tiers for construction projects. So there is an SBI 1, which is project costs from 2 to 10 million, and SBI 2, which is contracts that would be at $2 million or less. And this is all standardized via the City Municipal Code 292710. Next slide, please. The mid-sized business initiative for construction is set up almost the same, but it's in a slightly larger scale. The program is designed to increase small and mid-sized businesses from projects ranging between 10 to 20 million in total cost. And that is all in, not below or not under that dollar threshold. A couple small key points to that is that it's the same 6 county business areas where bidders can be found to be exclusive for these types of projects. And again, the estimated project costs 10 to 20 million. To be eligible for a mid-sized business, you must be 1.5 times the SBA size standards. And the SBA size standards is a Small Business Association. They have the size standards of what constitutes as a small or mid-sized business. So we follow that regulation in order to figure out exactly what tier you would fit in. And this is still mandated via the City Municipal Code 292800. And now in regards to incentives, one of the bid incentives that has been in play for the city of Chicago for a very long time is called the EEO, or Equal Employment Opportunity Bid Incentive. It's a bid incentive that's available for construction contracts over 100,000 or more, and is designed to increase the utilization of minority and women journey workers, apprentices, and laborers. Any bidder that wants to use or utilize minority or women journey workers, apprentices, laborers on a contract of construction can apply for it. There's a form within the documents of a solicited contract that you must submit in order to be eligible for it. And you must show your commitment to utilize minority and female workers in any of the 3 categories by completing a canvassing formula. The canvassing formula is implemented into your bid document once you submit a bid, and this helps to calculate that number or the incentive that you receive. This is mandated via the Municipal Code 292390. And the next bid incentive that I'd like to talk about is called the apprentice utilization. This is another incentive that helps in essence help in determining the low bidder on a contract, and is designed to incentivize prime contractors to utilize apprentices on construction projects. And all these incentives and programs we've been talking about are specific to construction in general. Some of the key points is apprentice means any person who is sponsored into an apprenticeship training program by a contractor, or authorized by a union to sponsor apprentices, and enrolled in or has graduated from a construction technology training program administered by the city colleges of Chicago, or is a graduate of high school operated by CPS. Usually these contracts are for more than $100,000 or more. Is considered a construction contract. It's an incentive for future contracts. So you would have to apply for it during the bid proposal, be awarded a current contract, have that utilization bid incentive as part of your submission. You would then get that utilization of that bid incentive on a future project that you bid on. And it's a tiered incentive. So depending on the type of work performed, so if it's 5 to 10% work performed by apprentices, that results in a half bid incentive. 0.5%, and if it's 11 to 15% project area subcontract work, it results in an additional 1% bid incentive. This is all again mandated via municipal code. For this one, it's 292335. That is all the slides for me, Jackie. I think it's the Gordian group now.
Hi.
Thank you, Jazeel. I'm going to turn it over to the Gordian Group and have Christine go ahead and take it from here. You can upload your screen. Should have it now. Maybe if you try one more time to share your screen.
Yeah, I am getting there. 1 second.
Oh, okay. I was going to say because maybe you shared it quicker. Perfect.
Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. My name is Christiane Jobs, and I am the account manager for this all the accounts for JOC accounts of City of Chicago. And I am with the Gordian Group. So basically, we provide support to City of Chicago departments in the JOC program. We're going to go over a couple things here. One, we're going to give you an overview of the of JOC, job order contracting, the City of Chicago JOC process, the benefits of JOC, how to bid a JOC for prime contractors, how to get involved for subcontractors. We're going to talk a little bit about diversity and inclusion and review some key points, and then we can go over some questions and answers. So who is Gordian? Gordian is the leading provider of facility and construction data, software, and expertise. Data, why data? We are the owner of the Construction Task Catalog. This Construction Task Catalog is basically a book with line items of tasks for construction. And it has over 275,000 tasks with preset prices. We're also the owner of the RS Means data engineering team. Software, built from decades of industry experience, used by thousands of contractors daily. The JOC process has a software that Gordian owns, and it's a software that's easily managed by the contractors, and it allows a collaboration between the contractor and the account manager. Expertise, Gordian is the founder of job order contracting process, implemented and administered hundreds of programs throughout the country. And we have a dedicated on-site field personnel to review proposals and to ensure the health of the programs. Gordian JOC overview. We have a total of 305 programs throughout the country, about 8,715 contracts with 28 contract types and 1,359 contractors doing JOC. So throughout the country, we have a volume of construction of about $3 billion. Some of the construction procurement challenges with some other procurement processes are staff limitations, meeting inclusion requirements, the cost control of the change orders, the lack of transparency and auditability, time, and procurement burden relative to job size and scope. Here's an example of some construction delivery methods that we all know about it. Job order contracting, or JOC, is just one, it's just another method to procure construction. It's basically a 5-step process, which means we start with what we call the joint scope meeting, which is a meeting on site where the owner and the contractor and the account manager discuss the scope of the work. After that, the owner will request a proposal from the contractor. The contractor will build that proposal using the Gordian software. Once that proposal is reviewed, they will send to the owner or to the Gordian account manager, and then they review the proposal and issue the job order. So the JOC is not a process that it's meant to replace any other procurement method of construction. It's just another tool that the city has to accomplish construction. So what is job order contracting? It's basically the contracts are firm fixed prices with indefinite quantity delivery method designed to produce a large number of multi-trade repair and rehabilitation projects. The prices come from the construction task catalog, where you have all the pre-priced work tasks. The prices are researched by our price team locally. And how do you bid JOC is through an adjustment factor. So basically the adjustment factor, if you win that bid, that adjustment factor, the lowest adjustment factor will be multiplied by all the tasks, and that's what's going to be your price proposal. So in your typical construction procurement process, you do everything for each project. You prepare the design, you develop the scope, upload contract documents, you conduct the pre-bid meeting, you walk the project, and then you award the very lowest responsible bidder. And you have to do that for every single project. With JOC, you basically do that upfront. So you're going to bid your adjustment factor that's going to be multiplied by the tasks in the CTC. And once you're awarded by the city, you are under contract. And basically you can build as many projects as the city gives it to you. Some types of projects that are very common using JOC are just straightforward construction, repairs, renovations, replacing kind, maintenance, emergency work, time-sensitive projects, and alterations. It is a performance-based contract, so the better you perform, the more work you're going to get from the city. If you're performing well on the projects, of course, the city is going to want to get you more projects. Again, it is a performance-based. And what we are looking for is the quality of the price proposals to see if those price proposals are being built according to that scope of work, the time of the proposals being submitted, and subsequent proposals as well. If there is a revision in your proposal and you have to submit the proposal again, the time of the construction, we're looking for the contractor to mobilize to start work fast once you get that purchase order. We're also looking for quality of construction and achievement of MDWB goals of the city. We're also looking for self-performance goals to see if the contractor is self-performing according to the contract documents. So here are some benefits of JOC for the prime contractor. The profit is a function of volume. So the volume is driven by performance, like I said. So the better you perform, the more work you're going to get, the more money you're going to make. JOC provides a steady flow of work. You don't have to go and look for work. You're under contract with the city, so the city is going to keep giving you work. It's a long-term relationship with the city. You develop that partnership with the city. And it's also professionally rewarding. You get to work in various types of projects, various types of scope of work. And you also have the ability to give your input as a contractor during the scope development. The benefits of JOC for the subcontractors. There are no projects identified when the contractor is bidding the contract. So, which means they are not going to know how to staff, the prime is not going to know how to staff for that particular project, which opens opportunities for subcontractors. The city is trying to simplify the procurement process and allows to procure more work in a shorter period of time. So they're looking for that time component, and that's an advantage for the subcontractors. And there are multiple projects on multiple sites being done simultaneously. So bidding as a prime contractor. So basically the city will advertise a JOC RFP or solicitation. The contractors will submit their bids and then they're awarded. Once they're awarded, like I said, they can perform as many projects as the city gives it to them. So they don't have to bid each project. Here are part of the documents that they are part of the solicitation. Book 1, there are instructions to the bidders and execution documents. There's Book 2, which is the city's general conditions and JOC special conditions. The Book 3 is the construction task catalog that is done for that particular solicitation, technical specifications, and client specifications if applicable. Here's an example of a task that is in the construction task catalog. So the task is basically organized by CSI format. It includes local labor, equipment, and material costs. It's customized for city tasks and standards, and the prices in the CTC are fixed for the duration of the contract. So here on the left side, you have your CSI master format. Here you have your full description of the task. Here you have some task notes. This is the complete installation price and a demolition price. There are also modifiers that can be applied for discounts in the quantity or addition, depending if it's a small quantity. So if you're bidding as a prime contractor, so what you need to consider is you need to analyze that CTC and the specifications. You need to determine what are your direct costs. Once you review the CTC, you need to include your subcontractor, your overhead and profit, and then see how much you have to increase that price from the construction task catalog. That increase in the price is going to be the multiplier for each task. In determining your overhead costs and profit, you should know how much you're going to spend in bonding, insurance, what is your man overhead in staffing, and how much it will cost to employ the required staff to perform jobs. We also, you also have to bid some different factors, what we call the normal working hours and other than normal working hours. The normal working hours will be a lower factor because you're going to be performing work during business hours. And then the other factor will be for work performed on other than business working hours. So the lower bidder is based on the lowest award criteria figured. That's who is going to be awarded. It's the lowest bidder. So here's an example of how to analyze that price from the CTC. So you should select a comparable project from your files that you've done it before. Once you get that project, you see how much you spend on that project. And then you get the CTC and analyze all the tasks that are necessary to accomplish that project. Once you put that together, you're going to see how much you have to multiply that all those tasks by to have your final price. For example, in this example here in the screen, you have that you need an adjustment factor of 1.0868. So that's the difference between the price from the CTC and your price. And you should do that for more than one project, so you can have a good understanding of how much you need to multiply that those tasks to get your adjustment factor to submit to the city. So it's really important to be a successful job contractor is to bid correctly, to anticipate the type of work the city expects to complete using JOC. And it's also going to depend on the contract. It could be a general contractor contract, or maybe it's a mechanical, electrical, and plumbing contract. So you need to analyze that. You also should attend the pre-bid meeting, because that's going to give you some details about the type of work that's going to be used under that program. You should analyze the price in the CTC versus your costs and run sample projects. Determine factors required to adjust prices in the CTC to cover your costs, overhead, and profit. That's very, very important. And staff correctly, so you can actually be on call to perform those jobs. The bid factors and quality of staff affect whether or not a contractor can meet the performance standards. So the city is looking for you to perform well. And this way, you're going to get more work and be able to make more money and have a steady flow of work. So there are several JOC programs in the Chicago area. So please get involved. Identify those programs, scope of work related to your work. And for prime contractors, analyze the prices in the CTC and develop accurate adjustment factors at the time of bidding. And for subcontractors, you want to establish relationships with the prime contractors so they can hire you for the different projects. So subcontractors, get involved. Contact the award JOC contractors and submit your portfolio. What kind of work do you do? What kind of participation, minority participation, you can give that prime contractor? Participate in the outreach events and network. Contractors will contact you in several ways: emails, building connected, and contractors, be prepared to provide contractors with your projects so they can see what kind of work you can do. Again, subcontractors, get involved. The primes are looking for fast and responsible pricing. So be ready to submit that price in very short period of time. Have your certifications. If you're a minority contractor or women's business enterprise contractor, have your certifications ready and not expired. And understand the job contractor contract terms. That's very important. So you know when you're going to get paid, what kind of insurance you need to have. Like I said, payment timelines and capacity. You should understand when you're going to get paid, and understand how to keep your payroll. So in the city of Chicago, we have this departments currently have JOC programs. The Department of Fleet and Facilities Management, the Bureau of Architecture, Engineering, and Construction, the Bureau of Environmental Health and Safety Management, Department of Aviation, Department of Water Management, the Department of Transportation, and the Office of Emergency Management Communications. In the Chicagoland area, all of these are entities that have JOC programs as well: CPS, CTA, PBC, City College of Chicago, University of Illinois at Chicago, and so on. So we have a lot of entities, governmental entities that have JOC programs in the city. So diversity, equity, and inclusion. The city does have goals that the contractors need to meet. And again, if the prime contractor is not a MOWBE contractor, they're gonna be looking for the subcontractor to meet those goals. Here are some examples of organizations and associations that Gordian reached out and the city reached out. National Association of Minority Contractors, Chicago Minority Supplier Development Council. So be part of those associations and look for construction summits and things like that, so you can get in touch with those associations. Here's a review of some key points of what we presented. JOC is an established procurement system used by several types of public agencies nationwide. It's basically a 5-step process where you have your joint scope meeting, your request for proposal, your proposal development in the Gordian software, your proposal review, and the issue of the job order. So it's a fast-paced procurement construction procurement process. JOC has benefits for all the parties: the owner, the prime contractor, and the subcontractor. It is a performance-based contracting system that determines the amount of work to be issued. The better you perform, the more work you're gonna get. And be aware of the tips and methods to connect with the JOC prime contractors. Be ready to perform at a high level as well. And to find out more information, here's the DPS website. And also the Chicago Tribune will have some more information. I think this was the last. Oh, I'm sorry. Here's some key contacts. Jesse from the Department of Procurement that made the presentation before. Here's his contact information. Here's my contact information. And Michael Judd is the regional director for Gordian, and here's his contact information. I think that's all I have. I can open up for questions, or Jackie, do you have more to present?
Thanks so much, Christine. Those of you that want to ask your questions, feel free to put it in the Q&A panel. If you're not sure where the Q&A panel is, bottom right-hand corner of your screen, you should either have 3 dots or Q&A. If you click on the 3 dots, it'll bring you to a menu that has the Q&A on it. Click on that Q&A. It'll give you a drop down dialog box. Type your question, press the enter key, and we will get it. Giving a few extra minutes for folks to write down their questions if they have any. If not, I do want to take this time to thank Jazeel Cortez and Christine Yopes for giving the presentation today. I will also say, if you're looking for more information, our website is a wealth of knowledge. So you can go to chicago.gov /DPS. I know, Christine, you had in your last slide or so the www.city of Chicago is only chicago.gov /DPS. So I guess that will take you there, but I just wanted to make sure that folks knew the way that we were advertising it, just so that they could get there quicker. So yeah, chicago.gov /DPS will take you there. And I guess, Christine, you and Jazeel did a great job, because there are no questions. So I do want to thank our participants for coming, and hopefully we will see you at another session. When you exit out of this event, this workshop event, you will get a post survey. If there are other topics you would like us to consider, or things that you would like to talk about or get more information on, feel free to write it in the free-formed area at the bottom of the survey. Look out for your DPS alert. As Christine said, we will be talking about the procurement symposium and the Primes Connect matchmaking coming up soon, September 4th and 5th. Have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful rest of your weekend, and stay cool. Thanks so much to my speakers, and we will see you at the next event.
Thank you, Jackie.